Seeking nothing less than perfection is something that Rockstar Games' parent company Take-Two has declared as their mission, with the most highly anticipated game ever, and in December of 2023, Rockstar Games finally shared with the world our first look at Grand Theft Auto 6, well, first official look. A moment that was soured a bit by the trailer leaking ahead of its intended reveal, thus pushing Rockstar Games to just go ahead and make the trailer immediately public in its highest quality. The trailer, featuring a fantastic underrated Tom Petty song, confirmed the Vice City setting and Lucia as one of her protagonists. Jason also appears, said to be the second protagonist. Both appear on the cover of the game, with Lucia notably wearing an ankle monitor. The trailer's description states Grand Theft Auto 6 heads to the state of Leonida, home to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and beyond, and the biggest, most immersive evolution of the Grand Theft Auto series yet, coming 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. Sam Houser, founder at Rockstar Games, put out a statement to investors stating, Grand Theft Auto 6 continues our efforts to push the limits of what's possible in highly immersive, story-driven open-world experiences. We're thrilled to be able to share this new vision with players everywhere. The first trailer, now viewed more than 200 million times, a YouTube record. While just a small glimpse into the world that Rockstar is building, it showcases the franchise continuing to parody American culture with notable imitations of viral social media memes and posts, from highly populated beaches with NPCs all having unique dynamic movements to the beautiful Everglades with birds fleeing as an airboat races by, to the nightlife of Vice City being on center stage with the iconic Ocean Drive and its neon lights brightening up the street. As was the case previously with both Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games didn't share too much about the narrative direction they are taking with GTA 6 with its first trailer, but we do meet Lucia, who is a prison inmate, as she speaks with a corrections worker, likely assisting Lucia with getting out on parole. Sometime later, Lucia and Jason are together conducting a robbery at a liquor store. They race away before authorities get to the location, and back at what appears to be a motel, they talk about working together and trusting each other. A likely central theme of GTA 6, especially with the music choice of this trailer that hints at potential dysfunction and trouble with their relationship. At the very least, they will be tested. Now, within this trailer, we can also see some clear graphic and engine improvements, such as water physics looking more realistic, hair and other items on a character like a necklace moves more naturally, NPC and traffic density is greatly improved, lush vegetation is on display within various scenes, the interiors of vehicles look more realistic, volumetric clouds and lighting are enhanced, while volumetric smoke and fog are now new additions, and ray traced global illumination and reflections is also spotted. Much of this aligning with patents found in the years before the game's announcement that indicated innovation in terms of animation and character behavior. And then of course all of the enhancements in Red Dead 2 are further being improved on and featured in this next GTA title. The attention to detail Rockstar is known for is also here, with NPCs at the beach having their feet covered in sand while also leaving footprints. Sweat can be seen on NPCs working out, dusty handprints are seen on the back of Jason's vehicle, dust is kicked up in the air when Lucia kicks open a door, and airplanes now have condensation trailers. The Grotti Cheetah Classic is an example of an iconic GTA vehicle returning. We also see that the Bravado Banshee, Feister Comet S2, Grotti Furia, Mibatsu, Sanchez, Vapid Dominator, Shyster PMP 700, Vapid Liberator, Impante Ruiner, Nagasaki, Street Blazer de Clase Vamos, and many more vehicles are coming back, along with many new additions. It also appears that police will have a greater array of vehicle options at their disposal, likely something we'll see with the various police departments and other law enforcement agencies that are set to be featured in the game. In July of 2022, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier confirmed previous leaks that Grand Theft Auto 6 was codenamed Project Americas and set to feature a male and female protagonist. Schreier went on to reveal that ambitions for the game had been scaled down, with original early design plans calling for the inclusion of territories modeled after large swaths of North and South America, but the company reeled in those ambitions and cut the main map down to Vice City and its surrounding areas. Rockstar's plan changed to deliver an immersive, still quite large and detailed world day one that would be continually updated over time, adding new missions and cities on a regular basis, likely through GTA 6 Online. Schreier further added that the game's story is inspired by the famous bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde, with developers being more cautious with the jokes that this franchise is known for. Specifically, they don't wish to punch down by making jokes about marginalized groups anymore. In late 2022, Rockstar Games was hacked with 90 in-development gameplay videos being shared to the GTA forums. These videos confirm the Vice City setting and the dual protagonists of Jason and Lucia. It also gave give us an expansive look into the vision that Rockstar had with this new installment, one that carries on a lot of the systems and innovation that was seen in Red Dead Redemption 2. One of the major main clips that was shown had us holding up a diner called Hank's Waffles. Lucia, the playable Latina protagonist in this clip, is looking pretty thick, wearing a pink crop top with blue camo cargo pants, and aims a pistol at the workers, demanding money. There's a meter above showing the time until cops are dispatched. The scene is clearly just for testing, as the NPCs lack any distinct faces and look like literal dummies, and they actually are called that. The actions taken by the NPCs are influenced by the actions of the player. Lucia in the scene is aggressive, so various animations for the NPCs load in, reflecting fear from the robbery. As it is in Red Dead Redemption 2, NPCs react dynamically to how we go about the encounter. Lucia eventually aims her handgun at a kneeling diner hostage and is given the option to rob or melee them. Once she gets closer, she can restrain him, and she does, tying his hands up, a new feature which adds and hints at some complexity when we choose to do robberies. Jason, the white guy protagonist, also appears in this robbery with a handgun, and it appears we can interact with them throughout the encounter. Jason even can be heard telling Lucia to hurry and let's get out of this situation clean. Jason is wearing a baseball cap backwards, black long sleeve shirt, cargo pants. Both of these characters appear to be in their late 20s, if I had to guess, and it's unclear if it's possible during this robbery, but character switching, as shown in a separate clip, appears to be nearly instant, as we can make the change by using the down button on the D-pad of our controller. Once the cops arrive, we see Lucia aim her handgun at another hostage with the option to threaten. They then kill them and proceed outside, in which they're confronted by police who have set up a perimeter and order us to surrender. The outdoor area is quite detailed. It appears that this could be far from Vice City. Lots of vegetation is around, which makes me believe that this could be a location modeled after northern Florida. Once outside though, our robbers have earned 2 wanted stars and decide not to engage in a gunfight. Lucia and Jason maneuver around a few parked cars and eventually jump into and steal a Port Gellhorn police cruiser. Interestingly, when we get into the vehicle, tutorial-like prompts pop up, which might indicate this is an early mission. One prompt notes that if you are wanted and the authorities see you enter the vehicle, they will remember that vehicle. This indicates that the police AI has seen a major upgrade, and no longer can players drive far away and expect police to simply forget and move on from our lawless behavior. The clip ends with Lucia taking off and saying F the police as Jason says we can lose them, soon after the police cruiser crashes outside of a dated car wash. Now in another mission, we see Jason and Lucia arrive at a strip club called Jack of Hearts, meeting with a character named Dre that's trying to get into the music game. He says he'll introduce us to someone named Boopy or something along those lines. We're apparently staying at his crib. During this interaction, we get a notice of 2 new contexts being added, that being Billy and RB Shaw. We also receive a What's Up message, which probably is a parody of WhatsApp. Our first appearance of the minimap is shown. It looks identical to GTA 5's, although this could be a placeholder as this is an early in-development footage. On the minimap, we can see icons for WM and YJ, likely missions for mysterious characters we don't know of yet. As we follow Dre, we go up a set of stairs to the VIP second floor of the club. Dre interacts briefly with a DJ named Tip. Tip is upset as he's waiting for drinks. Dre asks why that's his problem. Tip hits back saying he's staff, and Dre, before walking away as we follow, says this is why nobody likes him. Next, we arrive to what appears to be the VIP private dance section of the club, and again we have a very quick interaction as a couple are having an argument in front of a stripper. The man named Sam seems to think his partner is unfaithful. She tries to calm him down, saying nothing happened, and yells in her face. Dre attempts to calm things down, saying she's a good one, and Sam hits back saying that doesn't matter and to never fall in love. Jason remarks that Sam is like a character straight out of a mob movie. Dre then continues forward and the clip comes to an end. Now another interaction has Jason with a few redneck friends next to an in-ground pool. In the background you can see a few small houses, an RV, and debris on the ground. Definitely seems to be like a poorer area. But one of his friends mentions seeing something on Life Invader, and the other friend chimes in with that trademark GTA humor, saying that using Life Invader means Jay Norris is downloading your brain and going to sell it to the Chinese government. When informed Norris is dead, he says he doesn't believe it, just as he doesn't believe believe Finland is a real place and a pot of gold is at the end of a rainbow. Then he tries persuading the friend to smash his phone and break out of the cage he's locked into. In another scene, we have Lucia watching a stripper on a pole at the center of Jack of Hearts Club, and then walks around the heavily populated club before leaving. All models except the protagonist is low resolution. In another scene, Lucia engages in the firefight, earning 5 wanted stars with cops in the streets of a northern Florida-looking town, a strip mall nearby, as well as an older apartment building. The Rockridge Neighborhood Service Center and a few factories that blow smoke into the air are also in the background of this specific encounter. Now in another scene, we have a high-speed chase with Lucia sitting in the back of a pickup truck, crouched behind a crate and holding an AK-47 as she shoots police cars that pursue them. As we drive by, a Mexican restaurant can be seen, as well as a pawn shop maybe called Treasured Trash, a gas station called Limited Gasoline, store called Te Invito, a bar, and a number of other stores that are out of business, run down, and or have a for rent sign. And then we do see another situation. This is where we first see some character switching at a hotel. Again, this just hints at the dynamic of GTA 6, which will likely have Jason and Lucia on the run constantly, going place to place, with the central theme likely being that they're just trying to survive. And that goes in line with Jason Schreier's original leak that Grand Theft Auto 6's central theme is that this is a Bonnie and Clyde type story. Now, besides those scenes that were within those 2022 leaks, there was also a lot of other things that were found, such as an entire world events list. This included multiple missing tourists, which some believe could be a murder mystery of sorts. There's a Satanist house, mummified old lady, farm monster man, forest figure, rat infestation, King Neptune statue, World War II plane, Sarah space debris, a haunted warehouse, spiritual journeys, raccoons looking through garbage, UFOs, and a skunk ape sighting. Skunk ape probably being Sasquatch, Bigfoot pretty much. That's the Florida version. Now, some of the locations that were mentioned here that we haven't seen or heard yet of is Red Hill Forest. There's also Vice City's Malibu Club and Ocean Drive Returning. There's South Beach, Spaceship House, Underwater Research Facility, mountain biking ramps. There's Port Gellhorn Racetrack. And then there is Sarah, which I mentioned a second ago, but that likely stands for Space Exploration Research Agency, pretty much GTA's version of NASA. Now, some of the other specific details that were mentioned here that could hint at some interesting gameplay features. We have a mounting animal feature. Some believe that we could be mounting horses in GTA 6. There's golf, tennis, fishing, races, robberies, deliveries. These are suspected side activities that were mentioned. There is a money laundering activity that was shown as an icon. This hints at maybe being something that we can use to purchase properties and businesses. Diving and shooting underwater is said to be a feature. There's different hairstyles and facial hair, just like it was in Red Dead Redemption 2, in which it grows on us, especially for Jason. That'll be something that hopefully we see within the game. Far-right militia, Guardia Brothers, and San for San are suspected gangs in the game. There is a mention to a jetpack being featured. Inside of the Jack of Hearts Club, there are parody social media logos for Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram that could be seen alongside Life Invader. There are also some new clothing physics that were noticed within this footage. With Lucia, you can even see her bra under her shirt. There is an eagle eye-like feature here that can be used during robberies. It highlights items that we can steal. We see that with Jason. There are some files related to character personality, such as romantic chaotic, romantic cool, pragmatic chaotic, and pragmatic cool. This could be romance options, maybe something that impacts the narrative of GTA 6. Some footage indicated an inventory and weapon system, again similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, meaning that we won't have unlimited weapons on us at all of the time, which would be a first for the franchise. You can drop weapons, go prone, walk while in cover. You can swap shoulders while aiming and change which hand you hold your firearm with. A collectible car parts text is shown in a video, and an in-game event mentions a car fence, possibly indicating we can collect and sell car parts. There's also a mention of an art fence, so maybe art pieces is also something that we can collect and bring to that specific fence. And some of the weapons mentioned and shown is a Molotov cocktail, a rocket launcher, assault rifle, polymer, pistol, bolt action sniper, a spear gun, compact SMG, heavy machine gun, baseball bat, a hunter sniper rifle, a pump action shotgun. Some of the items mentioned is binoculars, a pool cue, golf clubs, USB drive, trauma kits, flashlight, tracker jammer, Slim Jim, immobilizer, bypass, duffel bag, and painkillers. The interesting thing here is some of these specific items hint at maybe some complexity with robberies and also stealing vehicles. Like high-end things may require, a USB drive or a tracker jammer. Some of the animals mentioned in the game game is a python snake, seagulls, skunks, raccoons, alligators, boars, wading birds, crayfish, and lizards. Some of the vehicles mentioned include the Ballista Compact, the Ocelot Locust. There's an early 90s Buick Skylark or something that looks like that. There's a bunch of new cars to the franchise that just don't have names that were shown. There's a 90s Chevy Caprice, a 2016 to present Chevy Malibu, a Chevy Sonic, and a 2018 to 2022 Honda Accord. Again, these are just cars that we don't have names of, but obviously Rockstar is going to have their own parody names that we'll eventually find out about. There's an Albany Primo, a Benefactor Shafter LWB. There was a 1990s or 2000s Ford Explorer or Tahoe mix, a 2018 to the present day Toyota RAV4 with styling cues from the Lexus NX and a Mercedes grille. There's a Pegassi Toros, a 1980s Jeep CJA Scrambler, a 1970s Ford Ranchero, a 1971 Buick Estate, the Contender and Sadler, a Slam Van pickup, a Bobcat XL, an updated Regina, potentially a 5th gen F-150, a G20 conversion van, and many more. Now, besides what Jason Schreier has reported in these 2022 leaks, there's been some other very interesting things that have come about the last couple of years. Like in May of 2023, a Rockstar insider, Alex Venturas, revealed that the Rage engine would be seeing a major upgrade with the most realistic water physics to date and the introduction of surfing, a first for the franchise. Also in May of 2023, gaming insider Tyler McVicker, known for a lot of Valve-related stuff, reported that he had heard Grand Theft Auto 6 would feature part of Cuba and a time skip at some point in the narrative. He also mentioned the game was about drug trade and about bank robbing. In July of 2023, a Rockstar Games LinkedIn profile mentioned different assets that they had worked on for the game, and one specific mention caught the eye of many, and that was the chainsaw returning to the franchise. In December of 2023, right around the time the first trailer debuted, Rockstar Intel leaked that Lucia had a child who appears in the game's storyline, and Lucia's child is believed to be much younger and only appears in cutscenes, similar to how Jack Marston was in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. Now, in November and December of 2023, a Reddit user accurately revealed details about the first GTA 6 trailer, some of this weeks before it would be made public. The Reddit user, before deleting their account, mentioned dual-wielding weapons and gore and dismemberment would be in the game. Different color sunsets would be featured, basketball was set to be introduced as a mini-game, carjacking NPCs would be much more difficult and complex. The 2022 gameplay leak was based on an early old build, and the current build is said to be much better. Now, in May of 2024, gaming insider Legacy Killer HD reported that Manny L. Perez would be portraying Lucia and Dylan Rourke would portray Jason in GTA 6. He also reported that GTA 6 was set to be shorter than Red Dead Redemption 2's main story, with there being tons of side content. An example of that being the basketball minigame, which is said to be featured as a minigame in some sort of version of being able to play catch with a football. One of the biggest questions many have had in regards to GTA 6 is its open world map. We of course know of Vice City and Rockstar's vision of creating the state of Leonida, which likely is just the entirety of Florida, and based on the leaks and everything we have seen, it does appear that's exactly what Rockstar is doing here. The GTA community has a mapping project, one of which that nearly replicated GTA 5's map back all those years ago before the game released, but the current effort for GTA 6 shows that it appears Leonida will be more than 2 times bigger than GTA 5. We also see a couple of major cities with so far only Port Gellhorn and Vice City being discovered, but it's reasonable to believe, and this is something I know of, there's quite a few towns and countryside within the open world. The Florida Everglades were shown in the first trailer. Our first look at Lucia shows her in the Vice City jail. We see a glimpse of Vice City International Airport. The Keys are also quickly shown with an airplane flying into frame, as various boats and a blimp can be spotted in the background. This mapping project does include some speculation based on the 2022 leaks, such as the Port Gellhorn Raceway. That is something mentioned in the leaks, and it's just the question of where it specifically is located. GTA 6, with many of its locations, is taking inspiration from real-life Florida locations, so it makes sense for this to be based on the real Sebring International Raceway. There's also other names such as Yorktown, Ambrosia, Bohemia, that right now we just don't know exactly where it is, but hopefully with upcoming new trailers and footage we'll get a better idea on some of the other surrounding areas that make up Leonida. When does GTA 6 release? You would think that there's a simple answer here, but yet it really is a difficult question with Rockstar, who have a reputation of delays. Some have believed that Rockstar is ahead of schedule and that their vision of 2025 will be met. Others, like Kotaku and including myself, are skeptical on that. In early 2024, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported that GTA 6 was entering its final stages of development. The thing is, though, this final phase can last a while, and that's why it wasn't too much of a surprise that GTA 6 was eventually internally delayed from spring 2025 to the fall of 2025. And now there are questions of whether or not the game gets pushed into 2026, a point that was raised originally by Kotaku. There was all kinds of uproar and outrage about that report, but now it appears to be a little bit more accurate. And this is something that I've continued to hear as of late as a possibility. Perfection is what Rockstar is striving for here, and that requires a lot of work. And one dev I spoke to earlier in the month said that nobody on their team believed the game would be ready by next fall. Others I spoke to earlier in the year echoed similar sentiments. Development is falling behind, but this is what we have come to expect from Rockstar. And due to how badly Rockstar and its parent company Take-Two Interactive need this release to go smoothly, it makes sense to give this project as much time that is needed, especially if they wish to have GTA 6 hold the longevity that GTA 5 has, a game that has printed billions upon billions of dollars over a decade now and surpassed recently 200 million copies sold. As it stands, it has been about 8 months since Rockstar Games has said anything about Grand Theft Auto 6. The only recent revelation surrounding the game is a necklace spotted in the GTA 6 trailer, weirdly being backported to GTA 5 Online. That's all we've had for a while. These truly are just like the old times, as Rockstar is infamous for its deafening silence. News droughts that feel never ending until a random post of either new images or a new trailer emerges, both potential options in the coming weeks and months. A likelihood, I would say, before the year ends, alongside news of what I assume will be an actual release date for fall of 2025, and then, well, we'll see if any delays follow in the months to come. Anyway, I will have links to many of the sources here down in the description below, but let me know your thoughts and expectations for Grand Theft Auto 6 down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or if you found any informative value, and consider subscribing for a lot more content like this in the future, and I'll see you later.